Da 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 da. Fuck!
You fuckers! I don't know why I yelled that. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Mediocre Company podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Reek. Sitting next to me is Clayton, just Clayton. And inside my laptop, buried behind a firewall, is the Lord Commander of the pod. My name is Eric and his name is Andrew. If you didn't catch the last episode, I lost our battle royale and am now known as Reek until the next challenge. And Andrew won and is now known as Lord Commander of the pod. A lot of fun.
I'm Clayton.
Greetings.
So how's everyone
Just
been?
Clayton.
What?
Yeah, school started, so that sucks.
Fucking school is starting.
But, whatever.
I start tomorrow, so I'm still in Happy Town.
Fuck you.
Yep.
Well, I have two amazing pieces of news.
You're getting excited about hats again.
No, there's no hats. First,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
It's alright, you're used to hearing booing from your parents anyway.
True. Alright, first thing, John Williams is doing the score for the Han Solo movie.
So, interesting.
Which I thought was kind of cool, because he didn't do Rogue One. So,
They had to do something right?
yeah.
I'm not excited.
And Marvel's Stay at Home Season 2 got greenlit, and I have in my hands the functioning title. Marvel's Stay at Homes, not actually at home this time. So,
I'm assuming you're talking about Runaways.
I am talking about Runaways.
Okay, I just finished episode 2.
Yeah.
So, I mean, based off of what you've said, I'm assuming they don't leave home. But so far they haven't left home.
No.
So,
It's not like it's a major spoiler. It's kind of the way they did Daredevil getting his suit in the first season of Daredevil. Like, there was a lot of build up to it, and then he comes into his suit, and you're like, cool, this is sweet, and then he does some things. So it's not exactly like that, but it kind of follows that similar trajectory.
Reminiscent
Yeah.
of Le Pattern.
If you're expecting them to run away at episode 2, it's not gonna happen.
Not even episode 3. You have to wait for at
No
least episode 4.
spoilers.
At least episode 4.
Yeah.
At least.
have both of you seen it?
No,
Clayton.
And Eric, are you done?
I'm done it.
I observe
Okay.
things.
Yeah. I had fun with it. I actually quite enjoyed it.
And I enjoyed him talking about it.
The first episode, I didn't know how I felt. Second one was better.
Yeah.
So I'm not super invested. I'm going into this just assuming that it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And you know what? So far it's been okay. So
Yeah.
I'm not disappointed.
And now, you want to talk about TV shows that are better than okay?
Oh boy, here we go talking
Absolutely.
about stuff.
Oh, I thought you were just going to pick one, so now I have to decide. Okay, so this week, we're going to talk about Stranger Things briefly and Punisher briefly.
Stranger Things 2.
Stranger
the
Things
sequel.
2, the sequel, Still Strange, Still Things.
Stranger 2, Two Strange, Two Things. Fuck, I fucked it up.
I say briefly because I haven't seen the shows in a while.
Yeah.
So hopefully we have
Enough.
good conversations.
Insight.
If not, stay around for the moronic banner.
True.
Banter. I mean, we also have a moronic banner, but you can't see that.
And don't you worry, we'll have an even better review when Stranger Things Hawkins Drive comes out next year. There we go. I fixed
That
the
was a
Fast
good
and
one.
Furious jokes.
That was a
after
good one.
Butchering the last one.
Well, Andrew, since you're Lord Commander of the pod, care to give us a quick summary of one of the shows? You just pick one and go.
I'm picking either The Punisher or Stranger Things.
Yep.
Stranger Things is a sequel.
I'll do Punisher when we get to it. Are we doing Stranger Things first?
Doesn't really matter.
I was letting you choose because I didn't want to pick one.
Okay, one of you guys sum up Stranger Things.
So,
Strange things are happening.
boy are they. Poor Will is back, and he gets right back into getting fucked up again. He's just perpetually getting shit on, this poor kid. He's been suffering from some flashbacks, they think, and it's causing him some issues, but he's getting through. He's getting bullied a bit because he, technically was presumed dead. Things get happening. They dress up like the Ghostbusters.
It's great.
It was quality. Honestly, I don't want to summarize too much because I just kind of want to talk about it. If you're not looking for spoilers, you're in the wrong place because
We spoil things,
spoiler everything.
like my parents' hopes and dreams.
Yes. They have to go about and fight some. They're not really Demogorgons. They're like
The Demi-Barbaras.
Demodogs.
they're Demodogs, and that come in from the upside down because this big evil spider overlord thing that they call a mind flayer has presented itself as a threat, and the children are dealing with that while the parents are thinking about what to do with that and not doing well. There's a surprise Sam Gamgee, which I thought was really cool because I didn't know Sean Astin was in this.
I'm surprised you didn't know
And
that.
he was, might I say, the fucking cutest.
He was.
Oh,
I
isn't
loved him
he?
in the show. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was the saddest moment ever when he departed.
Yes. Yeah.
And by departed, you mean got the fuck ate.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
he's
he was murdered.
murdered.
Sad face inserted.
Yeah.
Strictly.
Rosie would be sad.
Okay, I got you. I got it.
Thank you,
I
that
caught
was
up. Sorry,
painful.
took me a second. Yep.
Overall, thoughts on the season? Better, worse, just the same, slightly better than season 2? 1?
Slightly worse.
Yeah, you say slightly
I'm
worse?
gonna say slightly worse. It didn't quite get me as excited and interested in it as the first season did, but it was still good.
Yeah.
Like, by no means am I putting it down or like saying like it's significantly worse. In my opinion, it was the lesser of the two seasons.
Yeah.
So far.
I would agree. The first one came out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
And I watched it and just had the best time ever. Like, it was fucking great. This one, I think the perfect way to describe it is it's a Netflix sequel. So, like, a lot of the Netflix sequels, in my opinion, don't reignite the same feelings as the first one, but
That's fair.
they're by no means bad. It's just they don't make me as invested as the first one.
I
But
assume
I
you're-
had a good time, so yeah.
I assume you're referring to Daredevil season 2?
Yeah, stuff like that. And then just like things like, say, like the Defenders or like every Marvel follow-up, there seems to be generally a trajectory that's just not as good as what came before, but there are some
See,
out there. Like, in my opinion, we're not going to count The Punisher yet because we'll get there, but Daredevil and Jessica Jones were by far my two favorite Netflix shows, and
Yeah.
those were the first two. So, like, that just puts kind of a idea of where I'm coming from.
I have a theory.
Okay.
Maybe
Oh.
Netflix started off really strong with their Netflix shows and then realized their sequels weren't doing as well. So they made Luke Cage and Iron Fist bad on purpose so that the sequels could do better and so they could have good sequels too. So Daredevil and Jessica Jones, Daredevil and Jessica Jones are gonna be like the good starters, and then Iron Fist and Luke Cage had really shitty starts on purpose so they could have the good sequels and they can have everything.
You know, that's not a terrible theory. I would love to see what happens at the end of that. If you're dead on correct, then we have physical proof of it. And if you're super wrong, we have physical proof of it.
But on the bright side, the sun's gonna shine, big boy. Sun's getting real low. I don't know.
What
Fuck that.
the fuck?
I don't know.
That was a good attempt. I'm
tired, man. I did like 3 hours of homework on the first Sunday back to school. Like I'm fucked. I'm dead. I'm
Yep.
dead.
Yep.
Anyways, Stranger Things too. Does anyone want to go into it?
How'd you guys think? How'd you guys feel about all the characters? Like the main squad. Anybody stand out to you? Anybody annoy you?
I like that. I really like Dustin this season. He did a bit more, even though he was stupid at times. It made sense because at the end of the day, he's a single kid. He's an only child in the 70s. He's what, like 13, 12?
Yeah. What are they? I don't actually know how old they are.
They're children. So his decisions to
Preteens.
me made sense of why he kept little Dart, which turned out to be one of the hordes of the demi-dogs.
Worked out in the end though.
It did. So, which is also cool.
Sun's getting real low, big guy.
That you got it first try that time. I'm proud of you. The new chick, the redhead, I thought she was cool. I didn't
I
trust
liked
her
her.
at first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did not trust her in any way.
I did.
But-
I saw her brother, and I was like, they're gonna do like the yin yang, like the brother's the absolute asshole in every way, and then the sister's the absolute good in every way.
Yeah.
Although they gave the brother a little bit of kind of half redemption at one point, because he's kind of like abused.
Yeah.
Doesn't really make up for the fact that he's the biggest dick in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I like. What was her name? Fuck.
She was the Zoomer.
Mad Max.
Mad Max, right?
Yeah.
No, I liked her. I think she was a good addition.
See, I disagree. I feel like she contributed nothing other than just serving as like a source for exposition from the last season to come from. Like, I don't think she really brought much to the table other than adding like another female to the main squad because 11 was just off doing her own thing.
I disagree.
I think
I disagree a
her biggest
lot.
thing was just serving as female representation.
No. She in the first season, the only character out of the main group of boys to get like in-depth character development is
Probably
Mike. And in this season, both Dustin and Lucas got character development, and so did Mike, but more of those two because of her. As a result of her, without her, both mostly Lucas, but also kind of Dustin's character wouldn't have developed at all. She was the complete catalyst for almost all of their, all of Lucas's story arc,
That's fair.
and then part of Dustin's.
Yeah.
And it also put an interesting facet on showing that, like, how Mike felt about 11 being gone as well, with his constant jealousy and almost, like, complete bitterness of the fact that she's just not 11.
Yeah.
I thought it brought a really interesting kind of dynamic into the group with two people vying for her and one people actually wanting her gone.
Yeah.
And then giving a reason for them to develop further without the presence of their supernatural sidekick.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Okay. I thought her brother was really cool. Like, obviously the worst fucking person ever. Like,
Yes,
terrible.
just
but
a dickwad.
he played that character really well.
He did.
The
He
actor was
acted
really
very
good. Yeah, 100%. Like, I believed he was that actor. He's not like Lena Headey, but like I just look at him and I think dick. So
Yeah.
like I mean he did a good job on that regard.
I liked Steve this season a lot more than I
Steve-
liked him in the
Oh
first
my
season.
god, yeah, no, Steve was fantastic.
Probably my favorite character this season.
Yeah.
The Mama Steve is the greatest. Fucking
As annoying as Dustin was at times, the whole Steve-Dustin dynamic was
The best.
amazing.
Yeah, they
It
have
was
really good
so
chemistry.
much fun.
the Farrah Fawcett hairspray. I cried. I was crying the whole fucking time. Like I just couldn't handle that like last scene.
Yeah.
At the prom with Dustin and Steve. I thought that was the greatest thing to exist.
Yeah, I thought that was a really nice callback to that scene where Nancy danced with him, because that was really nice from him trying to flirt with her at the beginning of the first season. I thought that was a cool little full circle moment.
Full circle moment. I felt bad for Dustin though because he got absolutely shot down at the dance. I was like, no, he's so cute. He's just adorable. Like look at him.
He's doing his best.
he's
He's
fucking-
doing his best.
He's the greatest, and then they're all like, oh, we're girls, and we don't like nice guys until we hit the 30s and realize that they're the ones with all the money. Sorry.
Small amount of exposition. As Clayton was saying that, he stared directly at his girlfriend, who's silently sitting in the room, and made some intense eye contact. So, I don't know if that means Clayton thinks he's an asshole, or Clayton thinks he's gonna make lots of money. But one or the other, there's some hopes there. So, what do you guys think of the villain this season?
I don't know. It wasn't as cool as Demigorgon.
Yeah.
It was like, honestly, I'm gonna say like it was kind of just like a knockoff
But
Demigorgon.
did that
Really.
thing that a lot of sequels do? It's like, oh, that one thing worked really well. Here, let's take so much more of it. Let's just throw more at you, and
Yeah.
maybe that'll be more impactful. But I think almost like always, the existence of like one person to like direct or like a few people makes things a little bit more impactful than just watering down the whole mythos of the Demogorgon by just saying, here's 100 Demodogs.
I see. Okay, by villain I meant the Mind Flayer.
Oh.
That
Well, they didn't really go
okay.
into him.
But that's what I really liked about it. He
I
clearly.
think that's going to be the overarching series villain.
I think so too.
I'd be okay with that, but just for this season, like, he really didn't do enough for me to consider him the main villain.
Oh, I would.
Yeah,
Like
he
the
just
demi.
kind of loomed there and penetrated every
Yeah.
I mean,
orifice
you
of
wouldn't
Will.
consider the orcs in Lord of the Rings the villain. Sauron's the villain.
Because
He's just
Sauron's
an
more
overarching-
developed.
Yes,
Sauron's given a
the
personality
third
and a
movie.
drive. No, and even in the first
okay,
movie, you
yeah,
know
but
exactly what Sauron wants
he's
and
evil.
why he wants it and what he's doing.
Yeah.
And that he's manipulating
He's
everything.
evil and he's killing.
The Mind Flayer's just there, and we have no idea what it wants or why it's doing it.
Well, he fucked up Will, and like
Well, why?
I don't know, and that's what I really that's what
But I
intrigues me.
don't, because like if they had kept a secret for most of the season and then at the end of the season given a revelation, I'd say sure. But as it is, he was more of a figurehead. He's like the queen in the Canadian government. He's technically the leader, but he's not actually doing anything.
I guess I don't know. I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with him.
Like if he becomes the main villain in the overarching Stranger Things, by the time Stranger Things 8 is done, just Stranger 8. Like
they said that there's only going to be 4 seasons.
I just picked an arbitrary number.
I think he was doing a Fast and Furious.
What was
Just
the
like
fourth
that.
Fast and Furious? I don't.
Fast
Fast-
and Furious.
Is it Stranger and Things? I don't know. I don't watch Fast and Furious. I don't really like them. They're boring, except for the first
Two
one.
Strange, Two Things.
Two
that would
Strange,
be
Two
the
Things.
second sequel.
Yeah, that's what we're on now.
Yeah, that's what
And
Clayton
the next
fucked
one
at the
will
beginning.
be Stranger Things Tokyo Drift.
Stranger Things Hawkins Drift. I got that one. That was good. Anyway, sorry. What was I saying? Right. Overarching villain. He's cool. He kind of reminds me of Slender Man. If Slender Man has sex with Shelob, and I like both of those things. So
Yeah.
But just as for this season, I just don't think he did enough to qualify as the main villain. Like, I'm trying to think of an example here. I can't. If I get one, I'll bring it up. But, like, I don't know. Just my thoughts, obviously. Like, obviously.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's see, I'm going to try and think of an example you guys got.
How'd you guys find the 11 Hopper dynamic?
I loved it.
I thought that was
I love
really
it.
good.
Hopper's my favorite character in
Yeah?
the show. He's just, like, such a cool guy, but, like, a dick, but
A cool
wholesome
dick.
and good. I really enjoy him as a character. I like all his scenes.
My favorite Hellboy.
So, like, that dynamic was really cool, but I feel like that relationship just kind of symbolizes the whole, like, 11 not being there the whole time thing, which makes me less happy, just because, like, I enjoy her, and I enjoy her mingling with the boys and, like,
Yeah.
all the other characters and being in the game, but pretty well the whole season up until the end, she was off doing her own thing, so that was an issue for me, personally.
Yeah, well, I want to come back to the 11 on her own thing
Yeah.
and finish talking about the Hopper thing. Because I agree, Hopper, overall in the series, Hopper's probably my favorite character too. This season specifically, Steve was the highlight. But overarching is Stranger Things 1 and 2 together, I probably like Hopper the best. I just really liked, like, the whole entire kind of, like, basically 11 never, having her father or whatever, like, the white-haired guy who abused her the whole entire time, and that unhealthy relationship with Papa, and then Hopper losing his daughter early in her life. So they both kind of, like, she had a bad, abusive father, not even actually father, but a bad abusive father figure, and he had a missing daughter figure because she passed away, and then kind of trying to have them both put together and forced into those roles that they both had bad experiences with and try to adapt into that. I really liked that. I thought it was, like, really, really, really well done, and it's one of those few things that kind of, like, hits you in the feels at times. Now, there were a couple times where I was watching and all I could think was, come on, let 11 go back to school because I want to see her see Mike again. And that was also one of my highlights, was Mike and 11 seeing each other for the first time. But as for just that dynamic, I really enjoyed it.
I had a real feel when 11 saw Mike kind of talking
With
happily
Max.
with Max. Whew,
Yeah.
that
was
one
so sad.
Yeah.
Because she just didn't understand. She knew, like,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you have anything more to say about that?
No, my points are mostly gonna be on 11 being on her own. Specifically that one random fucking episode.
Yeah,
where
are we
she
gonna
just-
we're gonna talk about that episode?
I want
to hit it up.
I want
or
to
no?
start off by saying I didn't hate the episode itself. I thought it was fine as an episode. It just didn't fit.
No, yeah.
But I think that was needed for whatever they're gonna do in season 3 and 4. Because I'm believing that the seasons 3 and 4 are going to be along the lines of 11, the gray-haired dude, a lot of those types of things.
I think it might go more into like the origin of 11's powers and how it relates to the origin of the other Upside Down. So yeah, which will be interesting. But
I've been thinking a lot about like sequels and stuff, and like the first season was very much like Alien or like Predator, like that one like foe. Mm-hmm. And then number 2 was very much like some of the Terminator sequels with more than one Terminator or Aliens. So I'm trying to think of what other kind of those genre tropes that they could do. One interesting thing I thought was like, so she's 11, she met, I believe, 8.
Yeah.
So that means there's most likely at least 11 of them.
Yeah,
at least.
So maybe they could do kind of like a fighting between the numbered people, or like forming a numbered team, or like something like that.
To combat
that's an option.
the Mind Flayer?
Kind of like the Avengers.
Also, when they get to the Mind Flayer, that could be kind of like a Godzilla King Kong type of thing.
Maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it could be interesting. I mean,
Yeah,
or
some thoughts.
counter theory, there's not 11 of them, and the person who's assigning numbers can't count. There's actually only 2, and he got super confused.
He's just
What's
dyslexic.
up, 8 again? I don't have time, 11.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of agree with where Andrew's going, except
Yeah.
for one major fix is obviously the third one is going to be Alien versus Terminator, and Terminator's 11, and Alien's Demigorgon, and then they're gonna.
Didn't we have that in the first movie?
You're missing the analogy. You had the alien analogy, and
Alien never versed
Alien versus Predator, though.
Yeah, but you fucked it up.
No, I didn't. I did that intentionally.
Why?
Because that was the 2 examples he used.
He said Predator.
In a passing. It never came up again.
Wow.
Alien had 3 mentions, Terminator had 2, Predator had 1. I picked the most prominent examples.
I guess.
Eric.
Fine.
Richard. Pulling Evan out. You know it's getting serious when you pull Evan out of the bag.
I have not a lot more to say on Stranger Things just because I watched it a while ago.
Yeah, and just like, yeah, it seems like this season, even more than the first, was building up to something bigger, which is one of my, like, not qualms, but like one of my things with like the Mind Flayer was he wasn't really, what I was saying earlier, how he wasn't really the villain for the season. It was almost just building up his villainous character to come back. Like, we all know he's gonna come back.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited to see where they go from here, because this is essentially the build-up season to me, it felt, for a lot of it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Will felt differently because Will just has a knack for getting absolutely mind-fucked, but...
I'd like to take just like a brief moment, just poor fucking Will. Like,
yeah,
like child. Also, that actor... Great. He did great.
All of the
all
kid
of
actors,
them are
they're
so
all
good.
so
Even I wouldn't even say I would
think
extend
Will
that past the
personally
kids.
was a standout for me in terms of like the main squad of kids.
Yeah.
I think he kind of stole the show.
Well, especially this season, yeah, because he did a fantastic performance. What would have been considered a fantastic performance if he was an adult actor, and considering the fact that child actors have a tendency to disappoint, specifically their parents, along with the audiences. No, yeah, he did a fantastic job. Stranger Things has a really good track record for all their actors, I think, but Will, 100% I agree, stand out for season 2. MVP.
I'm very excited to see how they're gonna fuck up Will in season 3.
You don't think they're gonna give him a break?
No.
No, it's gotta be a running theme.
Oh yeah, they just have to perpetually shit on this kid.
Will getting raped is the Stan Lee cameo of Stranger Things. It has to happen in every single season. Yeah, no, I'm excited for Stranger Things season 3, Hawkins Drift.
Stranger Things, Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, and then yeah, I don't know. Are we gonna do rating?
Yeah, I think we should give it a rating.
This feels like a Keystone thing.
I'll give a simple one. I'm just gonna give it 5 bobs.
5 bobs.
No.
Clayton.
Oh fuck. I'm gonna give it 8.5 Mind Flayer legs.
I'm gonna give it 3 Barber Gorgons.
Barber Gorgon. Don't get me started on the Barber.
The Barber Gorgon's real.
I know. No one believes.
The Mind Flayer definitely has control of Barbara. Season 3, I'm calling it my bold prediction. Barb is gonna be controlled by Mind Flayer in Hawkins Drift.
What if Barb is the Mind Flayer?
Okay, well that's just scary. That's just terrifying.
Barb's back for revenge with a buck. Fucking vengeance! And a couple more legs.
So, speaking of vengeance, do you guys want to talk about the Punisher?
Oh boy, I would love to talk about the Punisher.
Andrew?
Nothing would pleasure me more. Except for maybe meeting the Punisher.
This takes place after we saw him last in Daredevil.
Yep.
And basically, this is him just confronting all his demons from the past and saying, fuck you guys, I'm not gonna stop till you're all dead.
And
so,
boy does he.
The plot ensues with him teaming up with a gentleman named Micro. Definitely not for his dick, because that was made clear.
Yes.
So they teamed up because both of them have kind of been fucked over by some faction of the government. And they team up to take them down and for Frank to go to fucking Kill Town.
Oh boy.
Here I
and
go
then
killing
thrown
again.
into the mix is a Homeland Security agent who is really badass and really cool and is having a moral kind of crisis as to whether or not she agrees with them, because she partly does, but definitely doesn't with the whole, like, domestic terrorism murder thing.
Yeah.
And then also, Frank is also kind of interacting with some of his past war buddies in different capacities throughout the series.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of puts a nice little bow on everything.
So, standout characters from the season?
Frank.
Yeah,
Frank's a given.
Fair enough. Once again, John Bernthal does a fantastic job of being a grizzled, pissed off dude. And just shooting people.
Yeah.
The first episode was amazing.
Oh,
think that
yeah.
was the
I really enjoyed that.
amazing introduction to the series.
Oh, yeah.
agree.
If you haven't seen it, why are you listening?
Go away.
But he starts off by finishing, and I put in quotes, killing all the people involved in killing his family. And it's just this, like, epic murder montage that was just real extreme. And
He just slowly runs over people.
oh, yeah. I think my
Oh,
personal
God.
favorite was
Sniper shot.
the sniper
The
shot
sniper
from
shot
a
was
different
great.
country. Oh, so good. So good.
Yeah, and then it shows him over the border. Trump's wall ain't got shit on Punisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then he resumes his life as like a builder or a construction worker, whatever the term is,
sandwich
I'm not too
enthusiast.
sure. And he just gets fucking harassed by these jackasses. I'm like, oh my god.
I'm just waiting. I'm
they're
like,
so
alright.
fucking dead.
Yeah,
Like, they
just
don't know what they're doing.
They gonna get punished.
Oh, boy. And all of them get turned into cement.
Which,
Yep.
in a roundabout way, is kind of, you know, it goes full circle. Their attitudes were so fluidly asshole-ish, so he turned them into non-fluid cement.
That was deep, Clayton. I thought you were going to go along the lines of him breaking down cement walls and then them
Breaking-
harassing him.
and then making more cement.
Yeah.
I could have done that, but I just made it on the fly,
I
and
know.
that's what came to
I
mind.
saw the wheels turn.
I was trying my best.
Uh,
I was doing what they call the efforts.
Yes. I quite enjoyed the series as a general whole. I think once we finish chatting about it, we should put it where it stands with the other Marvel
I'm
Netflix
down.
shows.
Yeah.
But it was up there for me as a little brief spoiler for what I think.
It's been spoiled. It's GG dab. Yeah. I mean, like, I think it was. I don't know. I couldn't put it down. Like, I'd watch like 3 or 4 episodes a day, and my friends would ask me to hang out. I'd be like, fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, it was fantastic to watch. I can't wait for more Punisher.
Me do.
And that's coming from a person who personally hates the Punisher or hated the Punisher as a character before John Bernthal took up the role. Like, the old movies, I watched like one of them and it sucked, and comic books involving the Punisher, I never liked the Punisher. I thought he was just a shitty Batman who kills people.
Yeah.
Although Batman is now a shitty Batman who kills people. How things have changed.
Different side, but
I love his. Anyway, but now, like, just the specific Punisher in this specific universe, I think is just so awesome.
yeah.
Well, it adds depth and humanity. He's not just this killing machine. Like, don't get me wrong, he is, but there's a lot of layers that go into making him someone that you feel for.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love when he kills people because, you know, they deserve it.
Yeah. I mean, they started that
And
shit
like, the
right
people
from
that
season
he's
2
killing
Daredevil.
are like terrible fucking people.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I feel bad for the. Okay, I want to put this out there. I feel bad for the innocent grunts who get in the way of his vengeance. Some of them aren't innocent grunts, but like the guy in the army base in the tunnel, the one officer who he doesn't kill, whatever. Like that poor guys like that who just don't know any better.
Yeah.
And Frank's like, I'm sorry, but you're in my way. And then, but yeah, they're like the people he targets are just so bad.
Yeah.
Like you don't feel
Well,
pity
also,
for them.
like a handful of these guys are private sector hired military personnel, so like they're just getting paid to be here. They don't have any like personal stakes involved. Like they're like being paid to be here. Like this is their occupation, and they just get in the way.
Yeah, and I mean anyone who gets in the way has a tendency to no longer be in the way after about 5-10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Now I wanna put this out there because I know me and Eric have different opinions on it. So I'm interested in specifically what Andrew has to hear because me and Eric obviously talked a little bit before. Billy Russo, that's his name, right? Billy Russo. Obviously, the twist involving him, I did not see him coming as a bad guy conspirator when they introduced him. How did you feel about him as an overall character?
What's that? Sorry.
Overall, as his character developed through the whole entire show, how did you feel about his character, like in his arc?
I really liked him.
Yeah, me too.
I thought he was very like sneaky and compelling and like super charismatic and likable.
Yeah.
So I thought that's what really drew me to the character. But like since the first episode, like it was showing like Curtis, like the PTSD counselor, and like it was showing him, and I'm like, one of these fucking guys is gonna be bad. And then I kept saying it's gonna fucking be Billy. Like it's gonna be Billy. Billy's gonna be bad. And then the episode where everything was revealed just before they like met in person for the first time and like had a heart to heart, I'm like, oh thank God Billy's not bad. And then they revealed it, and so yeah, no, I really, really enjoyed him as a character. His motivation was a little bit unclear, which is where a little bit of problems come up, but I enjoyed him, and I thought he was very charismatic and compelling, and the thing that kind of really drove it for me wasn't even necessarily him and Frank, it was him and Madani.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That dynamic I thought was super interesting and compelling.
Oh yeah, like once he killed Madani's partner and then came back to her, like,
oh my God,
I was like, fuck this guy. This guy is
He's a prick.
Fuck.
Yeah.
He murdered her whole fucking team and then like came and just comforted her and like
bathed
gave her a
her and
bath.
probably sexed her right up.
Probably sexed her right up. Yeah. Oh man, what was the partner's name? Is it Stein?
Stein.
I really liked him.
Me too.
Sad when he died.
Yeah.
Fucking Billy. I agree though for most of that. Like, I didn't see it coming at all. Like, I'm one to admit when I didn't predict something, and God help me, I did not see it coming.
It took me like I think I may have gasped.
Yeah.
And I don't do that often.
Yeah, like when they revealed that he was working on the bad team, I was like, what the fuck? Actually?
Yeah.
Like that's real?
Yeah.
And I was shell shocked for the whole entire next episode after that. I was like, I can't believe this. I thought he was good. Because all the army like war flashbacks, he's just like he's so good. He's on Frank's side, and then all of a sudden he's working with the asshat. I didn't see it coming at all. And I thought he was a fantastic character through the whole entire show. Like at times I do agree, I guess. Like I don't know 100% what his goal was. I think he was mostly just following orders.
Yeah, me too.
And that's just what it was. Watching him was always fun, though. He's a great actor. I don't actually know the guy's name. Unfortunately, I apologize to nameless Billy Russo.
We know you're listening.
But he did a great job. Now, the one big thing that me and Eric disagreed on was the ending for his character. I think you did say, and sorry, you referring to Reek, that you... I think that you were glad that they didn't kill him or something like that. What exactly did you think you say?
So, as soon as I'm weird and I like to do research on these Marvel characters, but I only do that once I know if they're a villain or whatnot. So once Billy Russo got revealed to be a bad guy in the show, then I googled Billy Russo, found out that he's a character by the name of Jigsaw, and actually...
Oh, yeah. I did that after I watched the show.
Yeah.
And it made everything like, holy fuck.
And Jigsaw is Frank Castle's #1 arch nemesis.
Yeah.
So the fact that they kept him alive, and he is probably going to be real bitter about his pretty face getting fucked up. That means Punisher Season 2 is going to be
You think he's
wild.
going to be the Punisher Season 2 villain?
I'm willing to bet Nicole on it.
Oh, you'll bet her on it, eh?
Yeah.
Well, see, without knowing that information, because I didn't know that until this very second, I was kind of, like, rattled that Frank didn't kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I guess it does provide that character development or whatever the fuck, but I don't know, to me it just felt like it didn't complete Frank's quest
You
of
felt
killing them all.
should have killed him.
Yeah, I felt like he should have killed them. I guess now, knowing that he's Punisher's Joker, maybe I guess that kind of changes things, but without knowing that, with just knowing what they told you in the show, I would have liked it better if he had died.
It would have made more sense to Frank's character, unless you think of it in the side of Frank could not physically bring himself to kill his best friend from war.
Yeah.
Because we know throughout the entire show, Frank loved the war. Like, he clearly did love it. Like,
He liked his job.
he said once that he would prefer to be there than at home with his family because things were easy and made sense.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he just couldn't bring himself to kill his best friend from war, I thought that was a really cool character point. Character, not flaw, but character...
I know what you're going with.
Okay,
I don't know the word, but I know where you're going.
Generic character
Dynamic?
information. Yes.
That works.
That's a good word for it. I thought it was real good.
See, but I didn't pick up that vibe when he didn't kill him.
Oh yeah.
I didn't get the I just can't bring myself to kill this guy vibe because he's my brother, Anakin. I love you. I picked up he just like basically the vibe I got from it. And of course, I could have interpreted it wrong or something, but
You
was
did.
Was that he just didn't he was just done killing. I was like,
I don't think so.
yeah, exactly, which is like the
Weird.
opposite of what Punisher does.
Yeah.
He's almost never done killing. That's pretty much what his character is. So
You know, I agree with that. The one thing that just kind of gets me through that is just like how much more impactful him leaving him alive will be, because like this character values like his own personal appearance more than anything, and that's fucking ruined.
Oh yeah.
So like that was a fucking blow, and that's gonna suck for this guy, and that's gonna make him escalated, I'm assuming, more pissed off version of what he already is. And also, like I said, I really like this character, so the fact that he's going to be around next season, I'm happy because I want to see more.
Yeah.
poor guy's gonna have a lot of makeup now.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
So, question for you, gents. Something that I've been trying to figure out because I'm weird and obsessive with these types of things.
Really?
Yeah. Where do you think this show fell in
Timeline?
the timeline?
Of all of Marvel or Marvel Netflix?
At least Marvel Netflix.
After Daredevil season 2.
Okay, do you think pre-Defenders or post-Defenders?
I think pre-Defenders makes more sense.
Me too.
Just
Oh,
because you
okay.
don't there's no indication that the city has been ruined or big events happened, or because I don't remember exactly. It's been a while since I watched Defenders, but I remember exactly what the public's perception of the events was. I know that there was a seismic event that, or at least perceived as a seismic event. So I think there might have been more if it was before or after. If Punisher is after Defenders, I think there would have been at least a nod or a reference to the fact that the Defenders happened. So I think Punisher came before.
Karen Page, prime example of that. She was in both shows. There was nothing in her office at all, in the background stuff of her office, that said the city got attacked and the giant building fell and blah 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 blah.
Where's Daredevil?
Yeah, no mention of Matt Murdock being killed either.
Yeah, so you'd think if she was coming off of Matt being killed, I put in quotes,
In quotations.
she probably wouldn't have been the same type of character she would have been in The Punisher.
Right, yeah.
So-
I all the evidence put together, I definitely think that it happened before Defenders.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Just interesting.
Yeah. Now, how do you guys feel about Rosario Dawson not being in the show?
Oh, I didn't even notice. It's fine. It wouldn't have made sense if they forced her in there just for
No,
continuity.
that would have been too much.
I mean, it didn't make sense when they forced her into Luke Cage or Iron Fist.
I mean, at least they made something come out of Luke Cage with
I
it.
know.
Iron Fist was literally to force Iron Fist and Luke Cage to be friends
I know.
and Defenders.
That was more of a
I don't
joke.
think she belongs in this story.
She doesn't.
I think
anymore.
her being in JJ is the worst one.
You think? I think that one made the most sense.
What
I
happened?
think that was the most divisive.
the
She's
ner-
just like,
the nurse in the hospital?
Oh, we need a nurse.
She was
Hey,
actually a nurse.
It just felt the most forced.
Really? It felt more forced than Luke Cage walking into a restaurant, stumbling across it being the restaurant that her mother randomly owns.
I guess, yeah, but like, again, like at least something came out of it. Like that's the kind of storytelling devices that everything ever has used. That they randomly happen to meet and then something comes out of it later.
I guess.
Like every story has that trope. Whereas
I'd say Luke Cage, it took it and ran with it, as opposed to Jessica Jones. It's just, hey, there we go. Remember her?
Wubba-lubba-dub-dub. She was literally and again, like, I love the Netflix shows. I love all of them, and her being in there is fine for the Defenders, because I guess you can almost count her as a Defenders character at this point. But yeah, if she was in Punisher, unless there was a very, very fucking good reason given as to why she's in Punisher, I would have been kind of annoyed. Just like, yeah, she's not Stan Lee. I don't need this. All right,
True.
She doesn't need to be in everything.
Yeah. Did you guys catch the Stan Lee?
I think so. Wasn't it on a poster or something?
Yeah.
Poster on a...
I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I remember
I think it was a bus stop poster or something like that. Stanley's face was on. Something like that. Yeah, I remember catching it when it happened.
Yeah. So now, Clayton.
Yes.
This question is very important to you.
Okay.
Based on your theory, do you think the Punisher season 2 is now going to suck?
What theory?
That the second seasons are shit.
Oh,
and
right,
the first
right.
season's good.
I guess Punisher season 1 was great, so yeah, season 2 has to be bad. Otherwise, Marvel's not doing it right. So,
shame on you.
Shame on Marvel if they make Punisher season 2 great.
Yeah.
I mean,
thirds could be better.
I mean, if they make Punisher season 2 better than Punisher season 1, props.
I think they will. I think Jigsaw...
I will be a very happy boy.
I think Jigsaw will make the show, because now it's not going to be about... Frank's going to actually become a hero and not have... He's not going to just be on a revenge mission. Jigsaw's going to throw him shit like, you're going to have to save these people or they're just going to get fucked. And then Frank's going to have to step up.
Past aside, like, we don't have, like, any... Billy aside, like... all his shit's kind of sorted out.
Yeah.
So, I'm interested to see where they're going to take it based on the fact that, like, his mission that he's been just driven to complete is pretty well over, other than Billy. So I'm interested to see what they're going to do for motivation, at least.
Yeah, that's it's going to be very interesting.
Important question.
Yes.
Do you think Billy Russo is going to want to play a game with Frank Castle?
So, I understand that. I hope so. I think that'd be fantastic.
That would be cool to see, kind of like Billy Russo's Jigsaw setting up kind of like traps and game, like not maybe like kind of trap like experiences to try and kill Frank as he does whatever he does. I don't know. See, I know nothing about the Jigsaw character in Marvel.
I'm not gonna look it up anymore either.
Yeah, I didn't look it up in the first place, so I'm not gonna start. So whatever he does, whatever his methods, his games are, I have literally no idea how he works or his MO or whatever.
Yeah.
So walking into Jigsaw season 2, hypothetically saying that's what happens, is blind. I'm walking in blind, which is fine. I'm totally cool with that. But it would be interesting to kind of put it... Because so far Punisher mostly has been covert ops murdering.
Yes.
So it'd be interesting to see them kind of put Frank in the situation where it's like almost more out in the open and less straight up murdering, and more straight up...
fully embrace the domestic terrorism.
Yeah, and more like mind games though, because up to now it's been mostly like Frank getting back at them for all the stuff that happened, and now putting in the factor of like playing mind games with Frank and making him have to use some of his intelligence as opposed to...
it's been a lot of shootouts and not a lot of thought.
And definitely force Frank to ask questions first instead of after.
Exactly, yeah. Like, it'll embrace a different kind of side of Frank. Because I guarantee he's a smart guy.
Oh,
like he's a very smart guy.
Oh, yeah.
He wouldn't have survived as long as he wasn't. But he hasn't relied on his intelligence as much as he has brute force. So putting him in a situation where he has to would be very interesting to watch.
Yeah. How'd you guys feel about Micro?
Loved him.
Yeah, me too.
I loved the dynamic.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Yeah, they were very good.
Like, it was so funny. I loved it so much. I think that was probably had some of my favorite moments of the show in it. I thought both of them just really worked well together by not really working well together.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
It was so fun. It's just like the first time they officially meet and Frank just fucking ties him to a chair naked for like, what, a couple days or something like that. Like, that's that kind of stuff, like, and obviously, like, they de-escalate a little bit, but, like, they kind of have, like, the conflict back and forth the whole show almost, and it's so interesting and funny to watch. Like, every single time Micro would make its smart-ass comment, and Frank would be like, I'll beat you the shit out of you. Like, it's just fucking funny.
'Cause he can.
'Cause he can.
My favorite scene from the entire show was when they were in the car together, and Micro hands him, like, this shitty bag of military rations.
And he has a
and
sandwich.
proceeds to pull out this, like, gourmet 12-inch
Yeah.
sub. And he's like, where'd you get that? It's like, I made it.
Yeah.
You don't want to make me one? No, you like those.
Yeah.
It's just, like, it was so fucking funny. Like, I really enjoyed their dynamic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fun. It definitely added, like, the much-needed light side to the Punisher.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Most
'Cause,
definitely.
You know, you can only take so much dark murder. Yeah. Before you need some crack-up jokes. So, yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
What else
What
can we
other
talk
characters
about here?
were about?
I mean, Micro's family. What? David Lieberman? Is that his name?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
his that was a funny kind of dynamic with Frank and their family too. Like he kind of just like.
I enjoyed the dynamic. The son was a fucking shithead.
Oh yeah, 100%. I kind of wanted him to get beat up, but I mean whatever. I like the daughter. I love the daughter. Actually, she was cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was super fucking smart.
Yeah, she was fun to watch. The son was a dickhead, but I just found it really funny how Frank just like infiltrated the family, and the whole entire time, fucking Lieberman's like, fuck, I hate this.
Yeah, and there's
But he couldn't
nothing
do
you
anything
can do
about it.
about it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I guess we can talk about Madani. We haven't really talked about her much, other than mention she's alive
Yeah.
and her partner dies.
I loved her.
Badass.
Oh yeah.
She was fine.
Oh, I thought she was real cool.
I thought she made a lot of stupid decisions.
I really enjoyed like her approach to it and like her set of morals and what that brought to the table.
Yeah, the inner conflict in her was what I really liked. The fact that she knew she had to do the right thing. She couldn't really do the right thing because there were so many immoral people around her. Well, what were her bad decisions? What do you think?
Just like it felt like I don't know. I can't think of one off the top of my head specifically. It's been a while since I watched her, but I just remember whenever I watched her, I was like, really? That's what you're gonna do? Like, you don't think that might turn out badly? No. Okay. Have
Here we
fun.
go.
And then it turned out badly.
Yeah,
And I
that's
was like,
fair. I mean, it's hard to have every character make the smartest decisions
Yeah.
because you need plot driven.
Yeah,
shit.
and by no means am I putting her down as a character. She definitely was like a good, strong, independent woman, female character. You know, like she was a good character.
Oh yeah.
She just like it just felt like maybe it just felt like they made her for the plot to make the decisions to make the plot go forward or something. I don't know. And again, I don't remember exactly why I felt this way. I just remember that I kind of bookmarked it in my mind that Madani was good but not great. She kind of just annoyed me at times, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, like she was fine. I really liked her in I think the first bit and then the last bit and there's the middle part where I kind of felt
It kind of it dipped
like
in
at
it.
first she was like the super dedicated like I gotta find out what happened and like everyone's trying to slow me down from finding out like doing the right thing but I'm gonna do it anyways and I'm gonna shove it in their face. And the last part she's like, oh, I'm gonna do the right thing even though it's like against the law and it's technically wrong, but I know it's right morally. And just somewhere in the middle there's a couple times where I was like, we're back to her.
Fair enough.
But yeah, like she was a good character though, and I'm sure she'll be back in season 2 and she'll do just as good things. Like
Sure she will. I'm sure she will.
I just want to go back to when Billy just killed like her whole team there real quick. The fact that he slit Buddy's throat, and then when Madani got to him, he was still alive, but he couldn't fucking say it.
Yeah, that
Who
was
it was.
clever.
Oh my god, that killed me.
Rough.
Oh, that was the worst.
rough. That was rough.
Oh yeah.
Are we gonna talk about the Assassin's Creed Hidden Blade?
Woo!
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was so
Yeah,
fucking
it's
cool.
Fucking cool.
I loved that.
Yeah, that was as soon as I watched that episode, and I watched this ahead of Eric. So I watched the first episode where you saw it, and immediately texted Eric like,
wait, I'm Reek.
Sorry, Reek. Yeah, sorry. And I immediately texted Reek. I was like, holy shit, have you seen Punisher episode whatever? He's like, no, I'm on episode whatever. I was like, okay, there's something really cool. Just keep watching. You'll know what it is. Text me. And then when he saw it, he texted me and he knew what I meant. And it was great though because Eric's Reek's the biggest like Assassin's Creed guy, or used to be like the biggest Assassin's Creed guy. So
I'd say
as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, that's so fucking cool. Reek's gonna love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
That was awesome though. I hope they bring weapons like that and like kind of ideas like that, like unconventional but really like kind of sneaky cool weapons like that in the future.
So
I agree.
Do you guys think Punisher will show up in Defenders Season 2? Because I think that comes out before Season 2 Punisher is scheduled. I think, don't quote me unless you want to quote me and it's going to be an incorrect quote because it's most likely incorrect.
I don't know the timeline for Netflix release dates, and I think that 100% depends.
Is it bad that I really don't care about the Defenders? I just want the Punisher again.
Yeah, no, I agree to that. But now, would the Punisher in Defenders make the Defenders any better, do you think? Do you think him being there would help, hinder, relatively unchange it?
It would definitely change it. Again...
No, like, the thing is, he doesn't have his own personal mission now, so, I mean, I think that opens up his schedule to play with others, because, I mean, depending on where this fits in the timeline, I think a very solid reason why he wasn't in this Defender, like, the first season of Defenders, is because he had his own fucking shit to deal with.
Yeah.
And I think that's fair, and that speaks to his character. But come season 2 for either or, I guess his schedule's opened up a little bit, so they may be able to slot him into time.
Well,
pencil him in.
Think about it. Would the Defenders even really want the Punisher? Like, Daredevil's the only one who knows him, and he knows they got a rough relationship.
They have it's rocky at best.
And to the public, Punisher is a terrorist.
Correct.
A domestic terrorist. He's a villain. So as far as anyone knows, Punisher's bad. So would they...
I don't think Luke Cage is going to like him. I don't think Iron Fist is going to like him.
No.
I think Jessica Jones would respect it.
She'd probably be the only one who would be open to hearing him out. I think I agree with Andrew. Luke Cage and Iron Fist would immediately be like, no, he's
especially Luke
fucking
Cage,
bad guy.
because like he's a Boy Scout at times.
Luke Cage also hard counters the Punisher.
Shoot me, bitch.
Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. See, I don't know enough as to when is Defenders 2 coming out and what comes out before. I don't know. I know Jessica Jones comes out soon.
I think
March.
Yeah.
So past that, I'd have to see the more seasons of other Netflix shows before I could comment on that. Just seeing what else happens before Defenders 2.
Yeah. I really want Marvel to give me a timeline. When Iron Man
a
definitive. This is when all of their shit, like I'm talking one-shots, TVs, web series, I want to know when everything takes place so I can be like, okay.
I don't think you are ever going to get that.
I know, and it makes me sad, because I'm not...
I mean, take out the one-shots
as much. I just don't think about it.
See, I'm obsessive about those types of things. That's just who I am. I don't know why I'm like this. I just am.
I don't think you'll get it before Avengers 4 is over.
No, probably
I think maybe
not.
after Avengers 4 is over and this whole entire arc that they've been building up to now in the Marvel Universe is done, you might get a timeline.
Maybe.
They won't put the one-shots in there, because no one else is a loser like you and knows them all off by heart.
Okay, well,
no one else can recite the fucking script of the one-shots like you can. But like the movies and TV shows, I could see them putting out a timeline, or at least agreeing. Like if someone made a timeline, they'd at least say like, yeah, that's right, he's got it.
All right.
To like an official statement or something like that. But I don't think you'll get it till Avengers 4's done.
If they do that, I can at least fill in the one-shots. I know them enough that I can plot them where they're supposed to be. One of them takes place after Iron Man 3, one of them takes place before Thor, one of them takes place after...
Eric, Reek. Quiet.
Incredible Hulk, one of them takes place after Captain America.
We're gonna cut off your penis.
No!
Not again.
I love pork sausage.
Fuck. How's the dinner doing?
Dinner's doing fine. We probably have to wrap this up so I can start making the rest of dinner, but it's probably fine.
Okay, just don't want to like burn our chicken because we're too in depth talking about Punisher.
So, do you guys have anything else to say? Like, this is a nice tight under an hour. We're doing well. Because I think I've said about all that I've wanted to say.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else I'd want to bring up.
Andrew?
Fuck.
I think we said it all. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed all the characters and how they interacted with each other and the different views on morality. And I thought it was a really great show.
I'm excited for more.
Andrew, speaking of morality, can you rank these in your favorite Netflix series shows?
This, I think, was my favorite.
So, Punisher.
So, Punisher's number 1, Jessica Jones and Daredevil go back and forth depending on the day for
Fair.
number 2 and 3.
Yep.
And then everything else is just whatever.
Yeah.
You want to just do top 3?
Yeah, that's fine. We don't have to go through all 6 of them. Clayton?
I put Punisher at 2. Daredevil season 1, Punisher, JJ.
Punisher, JJ, Daredevil season 1, and my Daredevil season 1 and JJ again flip-flop depending on what I remember. Yeah, pretty much. Well, do you guys want to give a quick rating?
Yes.
I will give it 3 gentlemen that are hung like moose.
Fair enough.
Okay. I'm gonna give it 44,875 bullets shot.
That's probably a relatively accurate number. I'm gonna give it 13 ceiling shotguns.
Ceiling shotguns.
Oh man, that fucking episode I was watching with Aaron, and the whole time I'm like, fuck, we're doing Home Alone. We're doing Home Alone. This is Home Alone.
Oh.
Yeah, I was fired up.
I didn't think of that.
boy.
I'm actually disappointed I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
You
Well-
know, I'm like, holy shit, we're doing Home Alone, boys.
Home Alone, all grown up.
Oh my god, it was great.
We will talk to you next time. Our next episode probably be on
Star Wars
Last Jedi.
Oh boy, that'll be interesting.
Yep, if you want to contact the show or just follow us, give us a shout, ask a question, do whatever. We are at the Mediocre Co. at outlook.com is our email. The Mediocre Co. on Twitter. If you want to follow us, tweet at me, talk to us, leave some comments in the YouTube videos if you want to ask us questions. Please tell some friends. We're still trying to get to our goal of 40 people so Andrew can finally tell his parents to stop being disappointed in him.
Please love me.
Yeah, just love us. Tell some friends. Make some friends. Tell them. On that note, lower your expectations. Bye-bye.
Wait, I'm gonna sneeze.
Okay.
I'm not gonna sneeze. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening. I panicked.